And let's talk about the state of things in the world and in your own country. And I think you've said some crucial moments like this when you have a concentration of crises. I mean, do you see this as one of those big junctures in history that come along every few decades?
Of course. Election of Donald Trump, Brexit in UK, and rise of populisms and extreme right all over Europe, including my country, with this disgusting Front National. This is a concentration of crisis for sure.
Right. Now, what do you think has gone wrong here? Because you started on liberalism when we were talking about Germany. Do you think something has gone wrong? And it's at the edges. No one's going to quibble with liberal values, but there will be arguments about political correctness. There'll be arguments about human rights judges interpreting human rights in ways that don't accord with the public. I mean, they just basically say, what are these lawyers talking about? Rights for criminals and rights for people who've committed crimes and we can't deport them in?
Since centuries, you have some people who say, what do we have to do with human rights? What is democracy for? Is not liberalism too complicated? For sure, this tendency exists. And we are now in a time where all these values which shape a decent civilization are at stake. But it is not a reason to resign and to submit. It is a reason to try to glorify and illustrate them.
Now, Brexit, you were disappointed by Brexit. You just think this is a bad idea.
Yes, of course.
Here's a really important question. It's one that will matter to Britain, and it actually features on the front page of the FT tomorrow. Should the EU punish Britain for leaving, or does that imply the only reason to stay in the EU is because you're punished if you don't leave?
Politics is not morality, or as Nietzsche said, moraline. Politics has nothing to do with that. Number one, I think that the Brexit was a bad thing for UK and even more for Europe. Number two, I think that the will of the people has to be respected and that Theresa May is right to say that she will go to the end. Number three, the language of punishment is indecent in politics. Opposite, I think all Europe has to help the process to be as smooth as possible. And remember, this was one of the mistakes, rare mistakes of Mrs. Merkel about the Greeks. Yeah. She wanted to punish the Greeks. No point of punishing the people.
At the moment, according to the Financial Times, the people wanting to punish the British are the French. And why does Hollande want to punish the British?
The French are wrong on that.
Why does he want to do it? Because he says if the British get away with it, Marine Le Pen gets a political boost in France.
Okay.
Now, that is one view, isn't it? The other view would be, look, if everybody wants some controls or some restraint, why don't we listen to the people and do what the people want to say?
I think that there is many other ways to face National Front, to combat Marine Le Pen, to prevent her from coming to power, than to punish the country of Winston Churchill and Benjamin Disraeli. Right. There is many other ways, and we should implement these other ways.
Right. Well, I'm sure the British will hope you'll take that message, take the message over to France. But look, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because she'll get to the second round of the French election in April, May, right?
I'm not sure.
You don't think so?
I'm not sure. Look how unpredictable are politics. Everyone, few hours before the election of Trump, went to bed saying Trump is lost, Trump is killed. So wait a minute. Before Brexit, same, me the first, everyone was wrong, believed that UK will vote for the Remain. So it is absolutely not true. I am not sure.
You don't know, okay.
I don't know.
Who's the most likely? Who would you like to win? Because basically it's a contest at the moment between Sarkozy, who seems to be taking on a lot of populism, and Juppé, who's trying to be more, if you like, the grown-up. And I wonder whether you presumably would favour Juppé, even though you're a bit of a friend of Sarkozy.
First of all, I would probably vote neither for one nor for the other. Right. I will certainly vote, if Hollande is candidate, I will be happy to vote for him, or if Macron was candidate and not Hollande. Now, the question on the right side of the French policy question is to know who is in the best position to weaken Marine Le Pen.
Right.
This is the question. Who is in the best position to put a barrier against Marine Le Pen? I'm not sure it is Juppé. I'm not sure. And despite all the bad one may think about Sarkozy, it might be Nicolas Sarkozy. But anyway, it's not my point. I don't want to enter in that.
Bernard-Henri Lévy, lovely to talk to you. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.